news, my lovely, wonderful people. It's happening. 30 million, 30 million, that would be great, right? 30,000 naira minimum wage no longer acceptable. Nigerians can't go anywhere with that. Northern Elders Abu Salim tells Tinubu it must increase. You have a yacht of 6 billion. So this is what is happening. Tinubu's cars, the SUVs that he will be cruising on while he's president, is worth 6 billion. The one for the first lady, by the way, her office is unconstitutional, is not in our constitution, for those things. Our office will be getting what we call 1.5 billion. That's just the SUVs, and every other thing that comes with it. So these are part of the things that are happening, and you cannot begin to imagine how things are currently ongoing. Northern Elders Abu Salim says Tinubu must increase this. What is happening is not acceptable in any way, form, or kind. It must stop. It must come to an end. Former military head of state Abu Salim has expressed his dissatisfaction with 30,000 naira minimum wage, stating that it is unacceptable in the current reality of Nigeria. The president knows exactly what is happening. He himself, he cannot use 30 million naira in a split of a second. That is what you expect a man with a family to live on for 30 days. It is not acceptable any form or kind. Abu Salim called on President Bola Tinubu to consider increasing the minimum wage, as he believes that 30,000 naira cannot lead to meaningful human life anywhere in the world. The former head of state spoke in Jalingo, the Taraba state capital, Wednesday when he delivered a speech in a maiden Peace, Unity and Reconciliation Committee organized by Taraba Independent Peace Committee, represented by Reverend Atta Bakudo, the head of Secretariat in Coca Center and National Peace Committee. He urged Nigerians to utilize the resources within their areas to improve their standard of living. I want to plead with the Nigerian president that the 13,000 naira minimum wage cannot take Nigeria anywhere. It is not acceptable anywhere in the world. It cannot develop any human body. There is an urgent need to increase that to a minimum of 100,000 naira. I want to urge the people of Taraba State to consider whatever kind of difference that caused the clash and disunity. You cannot continue in the hardness and leave areas of development. If you are not in peace and unity, you are formidable and you have the natural resources. Peace and unity are the only bedrock to development. If you want to improve this, if you want to make life better, do something for your people. So this is what is happening right about now, and you can see that people are beginning to question the reality of what is happening. How can you give people 30,000 naira? It's not enough to spend on a sitting. 30,000 naira is not. It's not at all in any way, form, or kind. It's not enough to spend on a sitting. So this is what is happening. This is what is going on. And every single person can see, It says so these people needs to begin to work to ensure that, the difference really comes. And this is wrong. Abu Salim said Tinubu must do something and must do it fast and immediately. People are suffering. He knows. He was telling people that they should be careful. They should get ready to understand baby steps of suffering. That's what Tinubu said. His words, not mine. That they should get ready. They should enjoy the baby steps of suffering that has not even started. This is Tinubu speaking. This is Tinubu speaking, that Nigerians should get ready. Abu Salim said, no, Northern elders are saying you need to increase it for people to be able to live their life. Do you want people to resort to stealing? It's not the way. Give people the opportunity to live their life. What's happening now is not acceptable. The money is way too small. People cannot even afford to feed, clothe themselves, and live their life with all that is currently happening. It is unbelievable, but guess what? This is what is happening. This is the reality shock that we are faced with right now. And so this difference must be made immediately. We can't continue like this. Enough is enough. Every single person will need to arise and ensure that the right things are done. We cannot afford to have this same thing, facing us in the face. People are suffering. Things are going from bad to worse, and yet everybody's quiet and allowing the same thing over and over again. Can you see? You give people 30,000 naira, and he has told the people already. You just watch the video. You say, baby steps of suffering. Baby step, get ready. The real steps have not started. We say, what? And you are not experiencing the baby steps. You say the people should carry on with the baby steps. How do you reconcile all of this? How do you really reconcile all of this? It is important that we begin to put perspective in all of this and begin to know exactly what we are standing for. We can't continue like this, accepting this because we want to be in a nation. How does this work? And what do we need to do, to make sure that things, occur differently? The issue of what is happening right now is a clear indication that if Nigeria wants to move forward, we need to begin to, arise and ensure that, selfish individuals, you want a yacht for 6 billion, besides cars, besides repair of your house in Lagos, besides repair of presidential. If you know how much alone the presidency is gulping on, on itself, and it says Nigerians should exercise baby steps in suffering. If that is not wickedness, I don't know what else is. And guess what? Some people will still go there and vote. That's the funniest thing. I saw on Instagram yesterday a man coming up to say that, people who are asthmatic, that the price of inhaler, different brands have gone up. And somebody said, don't see, I'm not pitying you. I'm not saying, that I don't sympathize with you that you have asthma. But what I'm saying is, let election come, you will still see them stand with this same set of people. You will still see them standing there, and you'll be wondering to yourself, if really they mean what they are saying. So it is what it is. If there's any time in our history where everybody will need to rise up and stand up and ensure that the right things are done, it is now more than ever before. Where we need to take the right steps, do the right things in order to make a difference. Every one of us understands, what is happening, and we want this nation, we want things to be different so that we can move forward. Yes, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. God bless. Have a fantastic and a lovely day. From us, it's bye for now. Bye-bye.